there, welcome back to my channel. My goodness. First of all, how are you guys doing? I am so excited to be here. And this is the second time that I'm actually doing this video. But hey, I know I've been off the scene for a little bit. Please accept my apologies for that. You know, life be doing its thing sometimes, but we are back in full effect and I'm so glad to be here. And then I decided to get on here. I'm all happy, go, let's get on, do this thing. I get on there, record the entire video, and it's not even live. Not even recording anything. Nothing clicks up for me to see it. I mean, it's just been those days. It's not even Monday. Okay, so yeah, I digress. We are here. We are back. I'm so glad that you are here. My goodness, all of the fun thrills of being a content creator. Yeah, so here we go. So as you can see by the title, we are going to be talking about Jeannie Mai and Jeezy and the long-going saga that is their, I guess now, post-divorce. Now, I'm not sure if you're fully aware because I'm going to actually be doing a few kind of updated type of videos because as I've been gone for a little bit, there are some stories that have been, kicked out there that I wanted to kind of go over with you guys, share my thoughts, get your thoughts and what your feelings are. So you may be a little bit aware of this story. If you're not, then this will be good, for the information for you to know. And I definitely want to know what you have to share about it. And if you already have, let me know respectfully down below what your comments are about it as well. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Now, I have done at least one or two videos. I want to say it was two videos in regards to Jeannie Mai and Jeezy and, kind of their contentious divorce and the things that were going on with their divorce. Now, as you know, Jeannie Mai and Jeezy got together. I think it was when the world came to an end temporarily. And then of course they had that, a shut-in type of relationship all the way throughout. They got married, I guess pretty quickly, I would say maybe within a year and a half or something like that, a couple of years, something like that. And then they had a beautiful baby girl. And then it seemed like things just started to slowly and then rapidly all at once fall apart. And then they went through famously their divorce proceedings, which I had thought was already pretty much done and over with. But apparently there's still some leftover things being done that doesn't allow it to be all ends all well or all well end. You know what I mean? It's not ending well. All right. So apparently there was a video that was kind of circulating around social media. So you may have seen it, but Jeannie Mai had called the cops at the Atlanta mansion that Jeezy and her once shared. And the issue was about her getting her stuff. Now, mind you, the divorce was already final. I wanted to say June of last year. And sometimes when you go through these type of unfortunate situations, there may be some things that need to be taken care of even after the divorce. But usually, those things are not ones that you have to have too much interaction with each other too often. So I was a little bit perplexed to see that she would still have items that she felt that were sentimental value still in his home, especially since she has apparently relocated back to LA. Now, I don't know if you have seen, but I've seen Jeannie Mai and other professional capacities since then. So I assumed that she was, completely moved on and that was that. And we hadn't heard anything. And then this video pops out of kind of nowhere. And it's a full-on situation going on about her getting her stuff. So let's go ahead and get into the details that are shared by In Touch that they were able to exclusively report. And let's go ahead and get into it. So again, according to In Touch, it says that Jeannie Mai calls police in fight with ex-husband Jeezy after showdown outside his Georgia home. Now, Jeannie Mai showed up to ex-husband Jeezy's home to collect boxes of personal items from the home they once shared, but had to call police after she was refused entry. Now, In Touch apparently was able to exclusively report that. Now, according to court documents obtained by In Touch, Jeannie, 46, said that the drama with Jeezy, 47, started back in November of 2024. Now, the exes initially settled their divorce in June of 2024. A couple of months later, Jeannie said she had items that she needed to pick up from Jeezy's home in Georgia. Now, Jeezy, real name Jay Jenkins, said he placed Jeannie's property, which included her Emmy and other trophies, photos, handbags, and shoes, and other items in boxes. The judge ruled that Jeannie could pick up the items within 21 days from Jeezy's home. However, Jeezy asked the court to modify the court due to him not feeling safe with Jeannie roaming around his home. Jeezy's lawyer said that the musician was perfectly fine with Jeannie coming to his residence to retrieve her personal property. But the rapper said he had legitimate concerns about Jeannie being able to walk through the whole house. Now, if you remember, there had been a couple of videos that had popped up around the time when they were doing the divorce proceedings that showed, some really, disturbing footage that was alleged by Jeannie of certain things that took place. One, that was a DV situation, as well as a alleged house situation, having those in the home. So naturally, I would say, yeah, I would be pretty, concerned about having someone who I have a contentious situation and just roaming around my house, whether we were together in our house or not. So now Jeezy does not feel safe having Jeannie in his home, given Jeannie's history of attempting to destroy Jeezy's career with misleading information. Now, Jeezy would have no way of knowing if Jeannie is planting listening devices or cameras in his home, his lawyer had said. Now, Jeannie is angry about the party's divorce and she is revengeful. In addition, the mere presence of Jeannie inside Jeezy's home and personal space after the highly contested nature of the divorce case would absolutely destroy Jeezy's peace and tranquility, as well as invade his privacy, his lawyer added. Now, Jeannie fired back at Jeezy's claims he doesn't feel safe in his home. She said her lawyers notified Jeezy she would be coming to his home on December 9th of 2024. Now, she claimed Jeezy said he had no objections to her coming to pick up her items that were packed and in his garage. Now, Jeannie said her lawyers asked for confirmation that Jeezy was going to allow Jeannie inside the home. Now, Jeannie's lawyer said their client had no intentions of invading Jeezy's privacy or placing any recording devices in the home, and that she simply wanted to make sure she didn't leave anything behind. Now, Jeannie said she arrived on December 9th, 2024 with her movers at Jeezy's home. Jeezy said Jeezy's house manager on the orders of Jeezy refused to allow her and her security team to access the garage where her items were stored. Now, the house manager continued to refuse to let Jeannie in and her movers in and have access to the garage. In fact, the house manager had called Jeezy, who again confirmed that Jeannie and her movers were not to access her items, disregarding the court order entirely, the motion read. Now, at this time, Jeannie called the Atlanta Police Department, who came to the property to gather a report on Jeannie's denial of access. Now, Jeannie, as always, was the consummate professional, Jeannie's lawyers wrote. The police were not called to make a scene, but instead to report that the court order was being violated. Now, when the police officer informed the house manager the court order was in fact being violated, the house manager then had to shift gears and create a new barrier to entry. Next, the house manager, at the direction of Jeezy, refused to allow anyone on behalf of Jeannie to enter the home unless they had signed a non-disclosure agreement. To note, there is nothing in the court order that states any language regarding a non-disclosure agreement, Jeannie's lawyer wrote. Now, Jeannie said when she was allowed in the garage, she saw her boxes had been damaged. She said Jeezy's lawyers previously praised the rapper in court for the condition in which he had maintained her belongings. Jeannie said her items, which carried immeasurable personal value, were left in disarray. Now, the boxes were wet, with water having soaked through the boxes, damaging personal items. There were mouse traps sat in the garage, presumably set for mice, which had eaten through some of the boxes, Jeannie's lawyers wrote. Many of Jeannie's awards were broken and scratched, the lawyer continued, and Jeannie said Jeezy had caused her to incur significant legal bills due to his refusal to abide by any court order. Jeannie had denied she was angry and revengeful following the split. Now, her lawyer wrote, the only party that seems to be angry or revengeful is Jeezy. A judge has yet to rule on the back and forth. Now, as In Touch previously had reported, they say back in September 2024, Jeannie had filed a petition accusing Jeezy of contempt. Now, Jeannie accused Jeezy of failing to comply with certain terms of their divorce settlement. Specifically, she had claimed that he had owed her money for daycare and rent expenses, and Jeezy had denied those accusations. He said it was disheartening that his ex would make such blatant misrepresentations in court, and he claimed Jeannie had filed to provide proper receipts for expenses. So, as you can see, all things don't always end well. And when it comes to divorce, you never know how things are going to, shape up. what seemed to be once an amicable situation sometimes turns very contentious very quickly, especially if you are or any one of the parties are truly upset about the split in the first place. Now, as we know, this situation was kind of the divorce heard around the world. It went all throughout social media. It was very much highly publicized. And yeah, people were on either side of the situation, as ones mostly would be. Now, in this situation, for me personally, I'm thinking, look, if I am cohabitating with someone and the situation is now come to an end and I am moving out and relocating myself, my stuff is coming with me. I mean, all of my stuff. I'm not even chancing leaving anything in that dwelling, expecting anyone to actually give a damn about the stuff that's in there that belongs to me. Now, that's just my opinion. So I would make sure that those things, especially things that you consider that are important, I would actually take with me. Now, if you're in a situation where you have to hurry up and get out of the house because of safety situations, that's a different situation. But I don't know or think that that's, at least my opinion, that that's what's going on here. Because personally, I've seen Jeannie Mai do a couple of spots, either like little commercial spots throughout social media, and I think she maybe had a couple of jobs as well too. And so it didn't seem like there was a situation in which, there was any reason why she could just take her stuff with her, right? Or if she had to come back and get it, would have gotten it a lot sooner than this time frame. So that being said, I guess we'll have to see what's going on. And now with the situation being that she's saying that there's damage to the items there, that's going to be another situation that now it's going to go into what? Asking for some money, I'm sure, to replace items or all those types of things. So as it appears, the divorce, post-divorce now, as it is, I guess that saga continues. So I would love to know your thoughts down below. If you were familiar, did you catch the video that went around? It's still out there in social media. I happened to see it, and that's what put my attention when I saw that. It seemed like it was a very calm exchange to me with the individuals that Jeannie was talking to, but of course I haven't seen the whole entire video. Probably it's probably more footage there, and so when you get it from a couple of perspectives, you may not have the full flow of the video, as we all know, right? So I guess we'll just have to see. Time will tell. Hopefully she will be able to get a court order in the sense that they can just go get her things, and they can kind of go on about their lives. Yeah, so with that, thank you for being here. I'm so glad to be back. I'm glad to be hanging out with you guys again. Definitely let me know your thoughts down respectfully below. And keep your notification bells on. I've got a couple more videos that are going to be dropping today, and I hope to be actually recording them fully, so I don't have to redo it again. Oh my gosh! I want to tell you, you just whatever. But it's all done. I digress. But with that being said, thank you again for being here. Also, if this is the last video that you see for today, the day of the upload being the 13th of February 2025, that would mean that tomorrow is Valentine's Day. So if you do celebrate, happy Valentine's Day to you and your family and everybody. And I hope you have a beautiful day. Also, as you saw earlier, I still have my 10% off sale for my online shop, full site-wide sale. But I do have some items that are Valentine's Day driven, or just identified. So if you want to grab yourself some uplifting joy in that arena, feel free to do that, or take a look at anything else that's out there as well. And for those of you that already purchased items from my shop, thank you so much for your support. I truly do appreciate it, and I hope that you enjoy all of your elements. So with that being said, I'm going to bid you adieu. You take care, be safe. Again, make sure that you hit that notification bell so you can have it on all, so you don't miss any of my uploads. And if you are new here and you haven't had the opportunity to hit the subscribe button, I hope that you will and become part of the family. I would so love to have you. So that being said, take care, be blessed, and I will see you next time. Bye.